What's up guys, it's Trevor here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the 3 steps in the buying process for your first house in Canada. And before we jump into it, I just would like to say thank you so much for all your support and encouragement, because within only 5 days from the day I posted the first video on my YouTube channel gained more than 3,000 views and more than 100 subscribers. That was insane and that was totally blowing my mind. So thank you again so much for your support and encouragement. If you have not hit the like button and you have not hit the subscribe button, please do so, because that will help my channel a lot and I really do appreciate that. And if you have done that already, let's jump into it. The very first step in this buying process is getting ready, and I divided this getting ready step into 4 small categories. The first thing that you should do is to prepare a good credit score. The reason why is the banks in Canada and the lenders as well, they always base on the credit score to lend you money. The higher credit score you got, the more likely the banks will lend you the money. So most of the banks in Canada, they determine the high or the good credit score is the person with the credit score of around 650 and above. But personally, I really think that you should maintain your credit score at around 700 and above, just to make sure that you can get easier approval and you can qualify for a better interest rate. You may wonder, how can I build the credit score if I haven't got any credit products in Canada? Don't worry at all, it's never too late to apply for a credit card. So whenever you apply for a credit card in Canada, you use it frequently and you pay it back on time. That will increase your credit score remarkably. The second thing is to keep saving the money as much as possible. I myself, when I got the bi-weekly paycheck, I always want to set aside 50-60% of the paycheck into the saving account, just to make sure that I can have something to look at and I know that I'm saving money for a bigger purpose or bigger goal, which is to buy the property. The third note is to keep your job stable. So whenever the bank look at somebody and decide to lend the money or not, they will look at their income, if the people or the person is having a stable income or not. And if you have a stable income, it means that you are more likely to pay or make the payment on time, instead of the bank lending money to somebody with fluctuating income or seasonal workers, where they take more risk on their own. The very last thing on this first step is to minimize or lower the debt on your name. So if you are carrying credit card debt, car loan or student loan, try to minimize or bring the balance down, because the more debt you are carrying on your name, the lower the possibility that the bank will lend you money, because they consider you a riskier borrower. Let's move on to the second big step, which is the buying process, and I divided this big steps into the 7 small steps that you should follow. So the very first step in the buying process is talking to the banks or the lenders to get the pre-approval. So whenever you talk to the banks and require or request the pre-approval, they will just ask you for some general questions like, are you having a stable income? What kind of job you are doing? How long have you been in the job? How much you got for the down payment? What is your credit scores? And some things like that. And based on those information, they will request some initial documents just to prove that you are telling them the truth. And based on all those information together, they will get you the pre-approval. On the pre-approval, they should show you the maximum budget or the maximum amount of money they can lend to you. You can use that number plus your down payments that you are having on hand. That will come up to the total budget or the total amount of money that you can use for your offering price. The second small step in this buying process is searching for the property. So in Canada, I highly recommend you to use the website named realtor.ca. So on this website, most of the listing or the houses are listed publicly, and whenever you look into this website, you can easily find the property that you are looking for. You can filter or categorize it by the type of house you want. Is it a semi-detached? Is it a detached house? Or is it a condo, townhouse? Or even you can categorize if you are looking for a 2-bedroom, 3 bedrooms or something like that. And you can also search for the location that you're looking for. So if you found the property on the realtor.ca website already, awesome, it's time to book the showing with your real estate agent. So for a real estate agent or a realtor, they will be your representative or the buyer representative. So they will represent you and they will work with the seller representative to book the showing for you, so you can have an opportunity to look at the house in person to see if that is exactly what you are looking for. So after doing the viewing with your real estate agent and you think this is definitely the place that you are looking for, it's time to make an offer. So on the offer, it will show the final price you want to buy the property at, and it may or may not have the conditions on that. Regarding the conditions, I want to talk about the financing conditions and the inspection condition. For the financing condition, it means that you can have some time to work with the banks or the lenders to get the final approval. And if you cannot get the final approval, you can just get back out of the deal without any penalty. The same thing applies to the inspection conditions, where if you do the inspection to the house and you find something severely damaged that you didn't notice when you first visit the house, so then you can back out of the deal without any penalty. I highly recommend you to use those conditions on your offer just to make sure you will have your own backup plan. After making the offer and the offer is being accepted, congratulations, you are really close to the final step of the buying process. So you will bring that sales agreement to the bank or the lender that you are working with previously for the pre-approval. They will make the firm approval based on the current status of the documents, and then you will have the final firm approval on the mortgage. The sixth step in this buying process is to do the house inspection. So the experienced house inspector will help you with identifying any minor or severe damage that you should pay attention to. And if the house inspector say, hey, the property looks good, there's nothing much that you should worry about, for sure it is time you can waive the conditions on the offer, and then we can wait for the final closing date. The very final step in this buying process is to sign the documents with the lawyer, and then you can wait to close the deal and receive the keys. So signing the documents with the lawyer, it can happen 1 or 2 days prior to the actual closing day. Whenever you are done with that, the money will be transferred to your lawyer and then they will process the money from that point of time. And usually on the closing day at noon or afternoon, you will receive the keys, and congratulations, you are the first time home buyer in Canada. Let's talk about the last big step in this process, which is the post buying process. I personally think that this step is very important when you are a first time home buyer in Canada. The very first thing I want to talk on this last step is to always make the mortgage payments on time, because if you don't make the mortgage payments on time, that will really have a negative effect on your credit score, and it will make your application for another mortgages on another property much harder. And the very last thing that you should think about is to rent the house or not. At the end of the day, the first property in Canada, it is still an investment. So for the investment, it always has some risk inside. So you should think about if you should do the house hacking to get some rent, to live with somebody else, or you just want to live all by yourself to have the freedom and enjoy your own space. I really want to do the house hacking. Even though I got the first property and now the third property, I still do the house hacking because I consider the property as the investment and I really want to share the risks. And the rent from the house hacking is covering all the mortgages, the costs associated, so I like doing that. But if in case you really want to just enjoy your own space, please feel free to do that. And that is the end of the video today. Thank you so much for your time, and please do me a favor, if you think this video is helpful and useful, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button below, because it will help my channel a lot. And please drop a comment if you have any questions. I will answer all the questions in the comments below. And again, thank you for your support and see you in the next video.